Dungeon Frog here, and today I want to show you a build idea, which in this case is for me at the moment a failed idea, as I died on this character and don't plan to play it any more. So I will just showcase the idea of the build. It is using the new skill, Voltaxic Burst, and it's a really fun skill, and I tried to make it work in a fun way with Arcanist Brand. So let's see how it looks like if we play the build. So you pretty much run around, put one brand up and continue your running. Don't have auras up. And yeah, it pretty much explodes a lot around. And yeah, it will kill packs quite good. You probably always want to be facing. And as you can see, I stand here for a second, it will shoot the shit out of everything. And does have a really good clear overall. If you can clear the mobs fast enough, they will die because of the explodey damage from the corpse detonation. And overall, the defenses are also nice. And as you can hear, mana is a problem. Like, probably in the whole league, but in this skill especially. We having problems to keep our 5 charges up even with the best mana flask. So that's a bit of a problem and probably stays an issue, because I try to stack cast speed on this build and it's quite hard to sustain it, and I'm not sure how I would do it. And yeah, we have a lightning golem who improves our cast speed, as the main weakness at the moment of this spec is its clear speed against bosses. So yeah, that's a problem, and I'm not sure how I would fix it. But let's go back to the town and showcase quickly what I meant with this. And there are no specific items you need for the build, and I'm having a pretty shitty year. Starting with some more or less live gloves with dexterity. Remember, I played it on SSFHC, and I died on my way to Kitava to some prophecy mobs, which pretty much one-shot me, which is crazy, because I am 3.7k life with Ghost Shrouds up. So pretty unfortunate that I died there, but yeah, let's go on. We have a baited breath. I don't need resistances at the moment, so I take the extra damage, and I think it's overall pretty funny to get some energy shield. Some movement resist, life boots with extra dexterity. I got here dexterity on, and here also some dexterity to wear actually my armor, which is a funnily 5 linked armor, because it's a green armor with 4 blue ones. So yeah, decent armor, I would say, for the beginning. Yeah, and it has Arcanist Brand, Voltaic Burst, added Lightning, Inspiration, and Innovate at the moment. And the last one would probably Swift Brand, and making it even harder or even faster to explode. But yeah, your mana will suffer a lot, so maybe less duration might be an option. You usually just proc the skill and run around. And with that, it would explode faster, but usually you can just wait. It's a bit dangerous, to be honest, but I think you can play around it, so that wouldn't be the biggest problem. So yeah, I'm not sure what you would take. And yeah, the rest of my equipment, a pretty solid ring, pretty decent resistances, mana and evasion, life on kill, another less crazy ring, but still a really good one. A helmet, just some res and some life. Also important evasion energy based for the Trickster class. A really shitty wand, which I crafted. Yeah, didn't get anything better. You definitely would like to have 2 all lightning spells and not chaos spells, but I never did get one, so that would increase my damage quite far. And here you get the +1 lightning damage one with some cast speed and some bad other stats. So overall, that's my equipment. We of course running a mana flask which does not queue, and cast speed, so a lot of power coming from here. And you pretty much have to have it up all the time. Movement speed flask, a Jade Flask without freezing, Quartz Flask without bleed, and a remove Curse Flask. So let's check out in POB how this build is built. And it's totally not a league starter, and I wouldn't, probably even don't recommend it to play it, as the total DPS is shit. So you can see 130k DPS, that's not much, and you can twice it, because you can have 2 brands on the enemy, but even then it's not high. There are some cases which you could increase the damage with better gear. I just have my gear on and switched up to 3 items. I got a better weapon and nothing crazy, just you looked for uniques which could increase my damage. Okay, Crown of Tyrant is a great item, but Carcassus is also not max best item for this build, but it's a good item to showcase what this build actually would need. More area of effect. As you saw, the explosions aren't that big, and that's mainly because Arcanist brand reduces its bigness. So let's see. I have turned on that you have 2 brands on the enemy. Enemy is Cyrus. So yeah, you have your Ghost Shrouds most of the time up, and you use the movement skill. That's pretty much, yeah, you can guarantee this. And as you can see, the sad thing is, this skill seems to not hit. If it would be hitting, then we would get tons of damage from those 2 points. 25k, and if it would hit, yeah, then there might be a possibility with this spec that we would get enough damage to make it workable. With this, as our last mastery, it's kinda hard, because you probably need somewhere an item against bosses to generate the frenzy charges. And with frenzy charges we do decent damage. Oh, it even decreases if we use power charges. So yeah, you see there are some problems, but yeah, frenzy charges are your friend. That would be quite important against bosses. And yeah, I start with this, increasing my mana and giving us some mana recovery, cause this is a huge problem. And yeah, then we got Ghost Dance, Escape Artist, and yeah, you probably would prefer this, but it's not working. So this is a pretty mediocre option, and yeah, those are really good defense options. So maybe the best plan is actually to play this build as a boring Hierophant build with yeah, probably getting this node. Yeah, and then I'm not sure. Probably those 2 nodes. It's probably stronger, and that's probably the way you probably should build it. It would maybe better. But let's look at our skill tree. So you can't start with this build. You get a Voltaxic Rift at level 12, and then it's pretty clunky to use. And the Arcanist brand is only gained at level 39. So a long time till you have to play with something else. And yeah, I started as a bow character and transitioned into a frostblade character till I got everything. So not the greatest options. And yeah, you start here, going here, taking this, and yeah, then you are pretty much fucked, cause you don't have any great nodes left. You could get some life here, life there, or start to travel here, because you really want the room binder as quick as possible, but it's hard. You have to respec from time to time with your points. So definitely not a starting build. But I think I like the idea. Yeah, so would I recommend the build? It looks cool. It is fun to play. It's a new skill, a new build idea. And I think it could be doable either if you have really good gear. If this would hit, but I guess a lot of things would work better if they hit. And probably the better option would be going to the Hierophant tree. This would maybe solve your AoE problems also. But yeah, your mana would be out pretty much all the time, so that's a little problem. So maybe even go here, this, and take this. But the power charges also don't bring you much. So it's pretty tricky to build a build around this new skill. At the moment, and I have quality all on all of the main skills. and I'm using conductivity and hex touch on Hierosphere and the lightning golem with minion life and elemental army. So yeah, hard to fix the damage, so you need way better gear. And even then, tricky spot to play Voltanic's Rift with a Brand build. So, do you play the skill? How was your experience? What would you build? I think the idea is still cool, but yeah, I'm not sure how to make it work. And I will probably play another character as my next character. So, see you with the next build idea. Goodbye!